Welcome. This is the introductory presentation to the session on legal and economic issues in data mining. If you are here, you're probably a participant in the virtual conference called Extraction, Tracing the Veins, which is co-hosted by Massey University in New Zealand and Wageningen University in the Netherlands. This session on legal and economic issues in data mining delves into a relatively new form of extractivism with which you may not be very familiar. The session is also part of a mini-forum on data extraction within this conference. The mini-forum has been organized by the CODATA Center for Excellence in Data for Society, or CEDS, at the University of Arizona. CODATA is the Committee on Data of the International Science Council, both of which are non-governmental organizations located in Paris. CODATA is focused on promoting global collaboration to improve the availability and usability of data for all areas of research. The organization supports the principle that data produced by or for research should be as open as possible and as close as necessary. For its part, CEDS convenes university scholars, industry professionals, various experts and practitioners, and citizen advocates to help solve shared socio-technical problems and reimagine our data-driven world. The CEDS Data Forum will continue to work with host institutions to convene international stakeholders across all sectors of society and all those who produce and use data. Merck Fox is the founding director of CEDS, where she is responsible for developing innovative programs in science policy, data diplomacy, and cooperative projects. Merck combines her experience in public policy, scientific institutions, and science diplomacy together with data science research to investigate how society is impacted by data. More information about CODATA, CEDS, and Merck can be found at the URLs on this slide. I am Paul Uhlir, a consultant on information policy and management, and among many other things, I'm chair of the CODATA International Data Policy Committee and the CODATA liaison to CEDS. I spent most of my career at the National Academy of Sciences in Washington, D.C., working on these topics and issues. Additional information about my background can be found on my website at the URL on the screen as well. I will now provide a little high-level background for the other presentations in this session. As you are all aware, the rapid development and diffusion of digital technologies and global networks has resulted in profound social and economic transformations in practically all countries and sectors of human endeavor. The magnitude of the changes made possible by the shift from print to digital technologies and networks cannot be overstated, either quantitatively or qualitatively, as illustrated by this slide. And of particular relevance to this session, many of the attributes of analog information that are listed on the left-hand side of the table are equally relevant to the physical resources that are mined in the environment, with which you are no doubt familiar. In quantitative terms, digital technologies, digital networks, vastly outperform print media. In recent years, the ever-expanding production of bits has given rise to the overused but accurate label of big data. This deluge of data of all kinds has been accompanied by the instantaneous, concurrent, and global availability of access to and use of data for each user at near zero marginal cost. These quantitative improvements in the amount of time, geographical extent, and cost make it possible to achieve universal availability of data and information. Just as important, however, are the qualitative advantages of digital technologies and networks, in accelerating the dissemination of information and the diffusion of knowledge. Virtual networks provide opportunities for nonlinear, interactive, and asynchronous communication with multimedia capabilities. In digital formats, information becomes imbued with flexible, transformative properties, which make it easy to manipulate and integrate with other types of information in order to create new knowledge that was either not possible or much more difficult to generate in the print context. Moreover, networks enable entirely new forms of collaborative knowledge production on a broadly distributed and potentially interactive basis. These advances can completely change the hierarchical and centralized organizational models governing information production and knowledge diffusion in previous eras. In the realm of data and databases, they already have done that. In the area of scientific literature, the track record so far has been mixed, with many large legacy publishers from the print era trying to hold on to their lucrative market positions and business models. Such proprietary publishers make access to the literature that they publish expensive, and its use and reuse very difficult. Moreover, in this new research environment, scientists increasingly rely on automated knowledge discovery tools to mine and recombine vast amounts of data from the literature and from various databases that are flowing at rates that exceed the capacity of a single investigator to comprehend and manage. Storing, curating, maintaining, and making this huge accumulation of data of interest to researchers and others presents unique problems and opportunities. Once the digital information is legally available, there is a pressing need to enable automated knowledge discovery through data mining. It is the economics and emerging legal issues and rules for data mining that are the subject of the session today. This session has three parts. The first is the current set of presentations. Second will be a panel discussion of 1.5 hours on Wednesday, the 8th of July at 11:30 to 1300 hours EDT with the speakers plus Merck Fox of CEDS. And we hope that you will participate in that discussion as well and add your thoughts. Finally, the session speakers will discuss among themselves at the end of the conference regarding next steps, if any. There are four main presentations in this area that follow my introductory talk. I will provide only the affiliation and job title of each speaker. Their short resumes, including for Merck and myself, are available at the website that has all the talks. We begin with an economic perspective, which will set the stage for this session and for the three subsequent legal presentations on this topic. Dr. Alan Paik is Senior Economist in the Science and Technology Policy Division within the Directorate for Science, Technology, and Innovation at the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, or the OECD. The title of Alan's presentation is Going for Gold, Mining in the Digital Era. Alan's talk is followed by three presentations that summarize the rules pertaining to digital data mining in the North American and European context, as well as the international dimensions of this activity. The first of these presentations is given by Dr. Thomas Margoni, who is a senior lecturer in intellectual property and internet law, co-director of CREATE, the UK Copyright and Creative Economy Center, and convener of the LLM program in international property in intellectual property and the digital economy at the School of Law in the University of Glasgow in Scotland. He discusses the copyright in text and data mining a European perspective. Mike Carroll is a professor of law and faculty advisor and director of the Program of Information Justice and Intellectual Property at the American University's Washington College of Law in Washington, D.C. His presentation is entitled Copyright, Text and Data Mining, an American Perspective. The final presentation in this session is provided by Lucy Guibault, who is Associate Director of the Law and Technology Institute at the Schulich School of Law at Dalhousie University in Halifax, Canada. The title of Lucy's talk is Cross-Border Obstacles to Data Mining Projects. This is an overview of international legal issues in text mining using mineral extraction examples. And this last slide provides some resources for further reading on the general issues of open access to and use of data, especially data from public funding. Other information resources on the specific data mining topic will be provided by the subsequent speakers. Please take this opportunity to view these presentations on the legal and economic issues in data mining produced by some of the world's top experts on this topic. Our next intervention online will be a panel discussion, which is scheduled for Wednesday, the 8th of July at 11:30 to 1300 EDT, as I noted earlier. And we hope that you will be able to participate in that. So thank you.